John chapter 9 this morning. Let's get all this stuff going here. All right. So again, good morning to everyone that has joined with us this morning. We are multitasking as always. So we have the podcast going. We got the lives going. And let's go into John chapter 9 this morning. Let me get one more other thing situated here this morning. All right, let's see where we're at here. John chapter 9 is where we're going to be this morning. All right, let's see. John 9, and as always, y'all know I'm generally in the King James Version. John chapter 9. Let's get on. Hold on, give me 1 second. And we're going to get off in this morning. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. John chapter 9 this morning. Okay. All right, so let's get ready to get into what we need to get into this morning. For those of you that are on Facebook, if you so desire, you can just type your prayer requests in the comment section. I'll see them and make sure that I'll govern them as well as the other requests that we have. So John chapter 9 is where we are this morning. Every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. we come together for a time of prayer. It is our corporate time of prayer. It gives the opportunity for the Lord to speak to us with what we have as a corporate word, and it's also a focused thought that is given this morning. The focused thought, we're going to come out of John chapter 9. I'm going to share with you the focused thought the Lord would have given me this morning as it relates to us. And so John chapter 9 here. Let's start at verse 1 this morning. John chapter 9 and verse 1 this morning here. It says, and as Jesus passed by, he's traveling, he's passing by. You know, sometimes you can be in a situation as to where it just looks like he's not with you. You're waiting on his arrival. Although we know him to be omnipresent, it can yet feel as though he's not there. It's like he's not manifest everywhere. So it says, as Jesus passed by. So I just need to tell somebody this morning, just to encourage you, that even though you feel as though he's not there, he's about to pass by, okay? He's about to pass by. So it says, as Jesus passed by, he fixed his eyesight. He messed around and got a good view of this man. It says he saw a man which was blind from his birth. He had an issue that took place from his birth. This was something that was part of his genealogy. This was something that was part of his generations that was coming. So Jesus is passing by. There is a man sitting there in a difficult situation with something that happened to him from his birth, something he had no control over. I just need to beat toot this morning with a few people to talk to you about some things that happen in life that you have no control over. There are some things that just comes about with us that we just don't have any control over. You can't help who you were born to. You can't help the demons that trail your family line. You just some things that happen that you just have no control over. So he's sitting there. He's blind. He cannot see. He doesn't have the ability to be able to look at some things. He can't just zero in on some things. And so because he's sitting there and he's dealing with that, Jesus passes by. So just think for a moment how you have just set in something where it just seems as though you're wondering, when is this going to ever stop? When am I going to ever see my breakthrough? How in the world world is this going to ever work out? Are we going to ever see the breaking of day? It just looks like this has been something that has been ongoing. My mama went through it. My grandmama went through it. It just an ongoing issue. It's just something that doesn't seem as though it wants to let up. It doesn't want to give any kind of relief. This man is sitting there maybe pondering these things in his mind, saying, my God, when is my breakthrough going to come? When is there going to be some type of victory gained over this? And Jesus messes around and passes by right in the moment. God, I feel you this morning. Jesus messes around and passes. God, I wish some people could hear me this morning and get excited about this. Just at the time when it would seem as though all hell is just continuing to break loose, where it just seems as though nothing is getting better. It just seems as though maybe things are even getting a little worse. My God, and then all of a sudden beginning to learn to live with something that you had no control over. You couldn't change the decision that they made. You couldn't do nothing about the choice that they made. You had no control over that matter. You just had to be a victim of what somebody else done. And all of a sudden, Jesus passed by. John chapter 9 and verse 1 says, and as Jesus passed by, he saw a man. God, somebody this morning ought to say, Lord, would you please see me? I just need you to see me, Lord. That's all I need you to do. If I could get you to just see me, little me sitting over here in the corner, if I could just get you to see me, God, just see me. Because if you see me, you're going to see my circumstance. I will try to act right this morning. I promise I am. If you see me, God, then you can see my circumstance. Lord, have mercy. If I could just get you to see me that's sitting over here blind, me that hasn't seen a beautiful tree yet in life, me, God, that is sitting over here that has not been able to watch the sunset yet, God. It's me, God, beautiful me that is sitting over here, Lord. If I could just get you to pass by and see me while you're passing by. It says he saw a man which was blind from his birth. These things that we have no control over, these situations and circumstances that we unfortunately can do nothing about, those things this morning are the things that I want to talk to y'all about. Those things, God help me this morning, please. It's those things I want to talk to y'all about. Those things that you have no control over. You can't do anything about the fact of how your lips look. You inherited it. You can't do anything about the way your feet look. You inherited it. You can't do anything about the shape of your eyes. You inherited that. Those things. You can't do anything about certain circumstances and situations, because these were things that came at birth. This man has found himself in a situation that he had no control over. I'm not sure how many of you know that life can sometimes bring you some things that you don't have no control over. Everything doesn't have to be about what you have done and what you have control over. There are some things that just follow your lineage. There are some things that just comes down your generations. You have no control over. Your mama was a bad cusser. Now you a bad cusser. Your daddy was a drunk. Now you're drinking. And you just have no control over these things, where this man found himself in a position of being blind with no control over it. It said he was blind from birth. Verse 2 says, and his disciples, John chapter 9, verse 2, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, here comes the onlookers. Here comes the crowd, the onlookers. I feel the Holy Spirit this morning. Here comes the onlookers, the crowd. Are the ones that's running off and popping off at their chops and don't really know what's really going on. They just got so much to say, but they don't really know the truth of the matter. So the disciples asked him, They said, Master, who did sin? This man or his parents that he was born blind? Somebody done did something wrong, they said. And for the cause of something being done wrong, this man is now blind. But can I tell y'all the focus thought this morning that the Lord told me to tell you? He said, I need you, Delphine, to understand and govern this week by this thought right here. It has a purpose, okay? You may not understand it. It has a purpose. You're sitting there as the blind man, and you're dealing with the circumstances that have come upon you that you have no control over, and you're saying, I don't know what it even looks like to see the sun set in the evening. I don't even know what a tree actually looks like. I don't even know what the beauty of this or the beauty of that would be because I'm blind. And so you may be sitting there saying, this circumstance or this situation that I am dealing with has me in a disadvantage, in a deficit. And so that is what's going on. But the Lord told me to tell you this morning and to encourage myself by way of letting you know that it has a purpose, okay? It has a purpose. Every bit of it has a purpose. So yeah, they're not acting right. No, he's not acting like the man you desired that he would act like. He's not behaving himself as the man that you have. Your heart would be set upon, the one that your knight in shining armor. He's acting more like the man in the mud. He's not acting like the beautiful thing that your heart so desire. Well, can I tell you something this morning? It has its purpose, okay? It has its purpose if you would just let patience have her perfect work, okay? The Lord said tell you to let patience have her perfect work. You tired because you've been battling it. That's why you aggravated. That's why you frustrated. You're not standing up in patience. Oh, God, don't let me get in no trouble early this morning. It's too early to fight with people now because they will fight against you when you come with stuff like that. But I'm going to fight right on through it because I ain't scared, okay? So now listen, he says, let patience have her perfect work. The struggle is because you're not letting patience have its perfect work. You are battling the thing. You are warring with the thing. You and your pride, your ego, your egotistical mannerism is causing you to battle with those things. It's nothing of the Spirit of God. How many times, Lord, if we just would, I got to ride over here for just a second because I need to follow the Holy Ghost. He's pulling me over to the right. So let's go. This is the thing about it. How many times have you just really sat down and thought about, am I handling this the way the Lord would have me to? Or am I handling this because of my pride? Because I'm concerned about what somebody's going to say or what they already are said? Or am I handling this in the manner of what the Lord would have me to? Let me talk to y'all this morning for just a second while I'm over here. God is tired of us talking about how we're so sick and tired of things. I'm so tired of him acting like that. I'm so tired of him doing this. I'm so tired of him doing that. Well, listen here. Let me tell you something, sanctified saints. Let me tell y'all something about this being so tired of stuff. If the Lord was to say he's so tired of you, how long ago would he have been done away with you? If the Lord was to say that he's so sick of you, how long ago would you have been done away with? See, when you let patience have its perfect work, it says you won't be lacking in anything. When you let patience, not when you let your flesh, but when you let patience, patience is the only thing that has the ability to wait. I say wait upon the Lord. Patience is the only thing that can do that. And so we find ourselves tired, exhausted, given up, frustrated, and aggravated when we start having conversations with people that are not submitted to God themselves. Watch who you talk to when you're dealing with stuff that is working on your life. See, many of you don't understand development. Many of you do not understand process. You getting yourself in trouble. God, why am I here this morning? I gotta go here though this morning. I gotta obey God. Many of you are delaying your process to victory because you're not communicating with the right people. In your flesh, my flesh dwelleth no good anything. It does not have the ability to stand nor withstand. Please hear what I just said to you. Flesh does not have, God help me this morning, flesh does not have the ability to stand nor withstand nothing. Nothing. It doesn't have the ability to. It only wants to cave in, to give up. It only wants to let go of. And it finds itself so many times. We as people have left task undone. Oh, God, help me, please.